everybody and welcome back for another VR review. Today we are taking a look at the game Superhot for the Oculus Quest. Now many people are already really familiar with this game, so I wanted to do something a little bit different and see how it stacks up against its PCVR counterpart. But if you haven't seen the game before, don't worry, I will be describing it in detail. Superhot is a truly unique first-person shooter where time only moves when you are moving. Basically, you end up living in Matrix-style bullet time. Each level gives you a series of progressively harder enemies to dispose of, and if you happen to die at any time, you restart the level. Once you get the hang of this, you really start to have some fun with it, flipping guns, throwing melee weapons, and all around feeling like a complete badass. The game also has some Inception-style quirky attributes to it that set the overall tone of the storyline. And this game is definitely as fun on the Quest as it is on PCVR, but I will have to go into deeper detail, especially because this title is not a cross-buy title like some other Oculus titles out there. So if you bought this game for the Oculus Rift from the Oculus store, you will not have it available for the Quest. Now, due to this, I would expect this game to be an extremely high-quality port, as you may be essentially rebuying the exact same game in a downgraded state. Before I go into the comparison, I must say, if you happen to have an Oculus Quest and only an Oculus Quest, this is probably an essential title to pick up. Now on the screen we have footage captured from the Quest and from a Vive Pro. Now mechanically the games operate exactly the same and the fun level is almost exactly the same. The art style of Superhot also makes it less apparent how much of a downgrade this actually is, but there is an extremely noticeable difference in immersion and presence. This is something I talked about in one of my other videos. I'm not 100% sure what causes this. Part of me thinks it's the higher refresh rate on the Oculus Quest or other PCVR headsets, and I'm sure the fidelity difference does make an impact, but playing on the Oculus Quest is entertaining and fun. Playing on the Vive Pro, you actually feel like you're there. When these red, blocky characters approach you, it's imposing. You feel like there are menacing creatures coming after you. When the game asks you to step off the side of a cliff and look down, when I originally played this on my Vive Pro, I could not do that. I could not get myself to do that. This was earlier in my VR days when VR had a stronger impact on me, but still, it felt much more real. And even today, when I tried it again, I was able to do it, but I still felt very uncomfortable. On the Quest, it was gimmicky almost. I was like, okay, yeah, this is a little creepy, I'm gonna fall off. Now again, this is a limitation of the hardware, and not really an issue with the port itself. The port is excellent. The game plays well, it is just as fun as you remember it, and if you haven't experienced it yet, I do highly recommend it. It is a little short. Being very familiar with the series, I was actually able to blast through in about an hour and 20 minutes. But it will probably take almost double that if this is your first time playing the game. Now there is some replayability as you can go back and retry all the missions, and there's a whole bunch of other modes you can try to increase the difficulty or unlock some achievements. Now what I would have liked to see a discounted price for the Oculus Quest version, or even just a discount for people who previously purchased the game. Superhot actually did this in the past. If you had the desktop game, you were able to get the VR version at a discounted price. But I will justify Superhot's decision to not make this a cross-buy game, as significant attention to detail was put into the port to make sure it plays and looks as good as it can. Okay guys, as always, I hope you enjoyed the review. Let me know if you're annoyed that the game's not cross-buy, or you have any other comment you'd like me to hear. If you liked the video, maybe leave a thumbs up, and if you want to see what else I have in the future, why not subscribe? Okay guys, I will see you on next time.